Your dog is a loyal friend, but ancient myths feared a dog that ate the entire sun. This is the Tiangou. You might think this is just a story, but legends say black dog blood was the only weapon strong enough to fight demons and break curses. Why did people beat drums to scare the sky? Is the black dog a savior or a monster? Let's uncover the dark truth behind the Tiangou legend right now. When the sky goes dark. Imagine looking up at the sky on a perfectly clear afternoon. The sun is shining, the birds are singing, and everything feels safe. Then, slowly, a shadow begins to creep across the sun. The air gets colder, the birds stop singing. A primal fear starts to rise in your chest. For us in 2025, we grab our special glasses and marvel at a solar eclipse. But for our ancestors, this wasn't a scientific phenomenon. It was the end of the world. I remember the first time I saw a total eclipse. Even knowing the science, I felt a strange shiver down my spine. Now, imagine you have zero knowledge of astronomy. You would think the sun is dying, wouldn't you? That brings us to one of the most terrifying interpretations of this event, found in Asian mythology. It wasn't just darkness, it was an attack. And if you think that's scary, wait until you hear what they thought was attacking them. It wasn't a cloud, and it wasn't a god. It was a beast with an appetite so massive it could swallow the heavens whole. This isn't just a fairy tale. For centuries, this was a genuine, heart-pounding reality for millions of people. But what exactly was lurking in the shadows? The answer might make you look at your own pet dog a little differently. Meeting the mythical Tiangou. Let me introduce you to the Tiangou. In the West, we often think of dogs as man's best friend, loyal and cute. But in the deep, ancient folklore of East Asia, the heavenly dog, or Tiangou, is a celestial being that demands respect and fear. This isn't the kind of dog you play fetch with. I've read countless myths, but the description of the Tiangou always stands out because of its sheer scale. Ancient texts depict it as a black dog, massive and swift, roaming the cosmos. It's fascinating how cultures across the world view dogs differently. While some see guardians, this legend introduces a creature that disrupts the cosmic order. There is a strange duality here that experts in folklore often point out. On one hand, the dog is a companion. On the other, it represents a wild, uncontrollable force of nature. But here's the part that usually gets left out of the children's books. The Tiangou wasn't just wandering around barking at stars. It had a specific target, and its hunger was insatiable. If you value the light of day, you need to understand exactly what this creature was hunting, because the stakes were essentially life or death for the ancients. The beast that swallowed the sun. This is where the story gets intense. According to the legend, the solar eclipse happens because the Tiangou is literally eating the sun of the moon. Just picture that for a second. The source of all life on Earth is being devoured, bite by bite, by a cosmic predator. It creates a terrifying mental image. The sun, the symbol of the emperor and divine order, is under attack. I honestly get goosebumps thinking about the panic this must have caused. It's a bold claim, but this myth likely shaped how ancient societies organized their entire calendar and defense systems. They weren't just tracking time, they were tracking a predator. But why the sun? Some variations of the story suggest the Tiangou bears a grudge against the celestial bodies. It's a story of revenge and power. The darkness spreading across the land was the dog's shadow, and the cooling air was its breath. But here's the part they didn't tell you in history class. The people didn't just stand there and watch. They fought back. And the weapon they used wasn't a sword or an arrow. It was something much louder. Ancient rituals, drums against darkness. If you think your neighbors are loud, imagine an entire ancient city screaming at the sky. To stop the Tiangou from swallowing the sun completely, the solution was noise, and lots of it. The belief was simple: scare the beast away. People would rush out of their houses beating drums, banging gongs, and lighting firecrackers. I can almost hear the chaos in my mind. Thousands of people, united by fear,
creating a deafening roar to save their world. It's a powerful example of social proof from history. If everyone else is banging a drum, you better grab one too, or be blamed for the eternal darkness. It worked, didn't it? Every time they made noise, the beast eventually spit the sun back out and the light returned. This reinforced the belief for generations. It shows us how powerful collective belief can be. But while the Tiangou in the sky was terrified of noise, there is another side to this canine legend that is much darker and
exists right here on Earth. This next part is not for the faint of heart. Black dog blood, the dark truth. We have talked about the sky, but now we need to talk about the ground, specifically the legend of the black dog. This is where the folklore shifts from epic to eerie. In many traditional beliefs, a black dog isn't just an animal, it's a spiritual vessel with blood that holds terrifying power. There is a controversial and dark superstition surrounding black dog blood. It was believed to have the power to ward off evil spirits and break curses. I know, it sounds gruesome to modern ears, and quite frankly, it makes me uncomfortable too. But we have to look at this through the lens of history. When people felt threatened by invisible demons, they turned to what they believed was the ultimate weapon. The logic was that spirits fear the yang energy, or perhaps the ferocity, contained within the black dog. It's a shocking contrast. The dog that eats the sun in the sky versus the dog whose blood protects you on Earth. This leads to a disturbing question. How far would you go to protect your family from a haunting? For our ancestors, the answer was written in blood. But before you judge them too harshly, you need to understand the true nature of this guardian. Divine guardian or evil omen? So, is the black dog a savior or a demon? The answer is complicated. It's a classic case of ambiguity that keeps folklore alive. In some stories, the Tiangou and the black dog are omens of catastrophe. If you see one, disaster is coming. It plays on our psychological fear of the unknown. But in other traditions, specifically regarding the black dog mentioned in our data, it is a fierce protector. Think of it like a security system. It's dangerous, yes, but it's your danger. I've spoken to older generations who still keep black dogs specifically for this spiritual protection. They swear by it. It's a fascinating real-life example of how myth dictates behavior even today. It triggers a very primal instinct in us. We want something scary on our side, to fight the things that go bump in the night. But this protection comes with a price. You are inviting a creature of the underworld into your home. The line between being protected and being haunted is very thin. And as we move into the modern era, you might think these legends have vanished. But what happens next will surprise you. They haven't gone anywhere. Tiangou's enduring legacy in Asia. You might think we are too smart for these myths in 2025. We know what an eclipse is. We know dogs are just animals. But the Tiangou has evolved. It has moved from our skies to our screens. If you look at modern anime, video games, and pop culture, the heavenly dog or characters with black dog motifs are everywhere. They are often depicted as powerful warriors or mystical beings. The fear has turned into fascination. It's a testament to the power of storytelling. The legend didn't die, it just changed shape. We still love the idea of a powerful, slightly dangerous guardian. The Tiangou reminds us that there is still mystery in the world. Whether you view the black dog as a moon-eating monster or a spirit-chasing guardian, one thing is undeniable. This legend has teeth. So, the next time you see a solar eclipse, or a black dog staring at you from the shadows, just ask yourself, is it just science, or is the legend looking back at you? So, is the black dog a guardian or a bad omen? Tap that subscribe button on Dr.DogPedia for more myth-busting secrets. Would you trust this legend to protect your home? Tell us below.